1.5 Radiothon for Duke Children's continues.
With Kyle, Brian, and Sarah for Mixed Mornings.
Thanks to James and Nightdale, Jim and Debbie and Raleigh, and we do talk about Bruno and Durham making it happen for our Duke Children's. Yeah, you like that, Brian?
I do.
For the Mix 101.5 Radiothon for Duke Children's, Bruno and Durham, thank you so much to everybody who has made a difference the first 4.5 hours of this Radiothon. Thank you for stepping up and making it happen. Right now, we are in the middle of an hour where we are looking for backpacks for bravery, $40 each, or, of course, you can become a Hero for Hope, which is a $30 a month contribution towards Duke Children's. Those numbers and information to call 919-684-1015. You can also text in Duke Kids to 34984 or go online WRAL-FM.com.
All right, we now turn our attention to our next interview. We are talking to Tripp, whose daughter Violet designed this unbelievable thank you card that I'm holding in my right hand.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
I love
She's an
these.
excellent
I love
artist.
these things.
Oh, it's amazing. It says 31st Annual Duke Children's Radiothon. It's a big thank you card. In the front of it is a peppermint with a headset on with that Britney Spears mic that goes right around over to the front of the mouth with a bandage, or maybe it's a headband that sits asymmetrical.
Let's call it a sash.
Sash, that's it. A sash that sits asymmetrical that says thanks so much. Plus, it's got all these cool waves and music notes coming off of it.
It's great.
Tripp, dude, I was reading about Violet, and it was Duke Children's who really helped empower Violet's creativity. How did they go about doing that while Violet was in the hospital?
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me, and glad to share about our experience. Yeah, so we have a lot of experience with the cleft and craniofacial team, as Violet had an open cleft lip and palate. And those appointments, usually after surgeries, you'll come back every year for probably a good 6-hour kind of day with lots of specialists. And so she got to know those folks and share her art. And they asked one day when she was making these kind of graphic novel kind of things, would you mind considering something about your experience in the clinic? And within 24 hours, she had written a book, and we went back the very next day, and they said, hey, this looks like something we might want to support. So they hired a graphic designer to go behind her artwork.
Wow.
Now every new patient that comes to the clinic gets that book about what her experience going to the clinic is.
Wow.
So they had a very early kind of influence on her art and have continued to kind of support her. And the ambassador program with Duke Children's has also been such a great experience for her. So this has kind of been a continuation of her experience. And so she was sad that she couldn't meet with you all today, but wanted me to say hi on her behalf.
Oh,
Well-
we're sad too.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you were able to meet with us, and we'll just keep an eye on the new books coming out shelf over at not Best Buy, but
Quails Ridge, how about that one?
Quail Ridge or Barnes and Noble. What I was trying to get to. We'll look for her name there at some point because it sounds like she's well on her way. I wanted to take a second and give some context to Violet's story and your journey with Duke. We have the notes here on you, but I want you to focus the beginning on how Duke helped you out even before she came to the U.S. because Violet's adopted from China. And even before she got to this country, Duke was already involved in her story. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Sarah. So when we were matched with Violet, we knew right away that she was going to need special care. And so we reached out to the Duke Cleft and Craniofacial team, and they immediately got back in touch with us. They looked at pictures of her before we ever went to China, and had already laid out a plan of what we could do together to help with her health. Some of the things that they were able to do, she needed earlier in her life than she was able to get them. So it was kind of important within the first few months of her coming to the U.S. for us to get started on kind of getting her some support. And that to us was just such a great experience because as parents that hadn't been through this experience before, we didn't know that we could make those kind of plans before she came to the U.S. There were teams that knew exactly what to do, and they just kind of walked us through every step so that when we came home, she was 17 months old, and within probably 3 months we had our first big surgery, and it didn't seem as harsh of a transition because we had already been talking with Duke well ahead of time, and they just continue to be a huge support for us in our work with them.
All right, 984. I did it yesterday too. I don't know where that number comes from. Let's try that again. 919-684. That's where it comes from. 989-684-1015. What, did I do something wrong?
You said it again, Sarah. It's fine.
It's okay.
Oh, it's God, Lee.
You call 919.
You know what I'm trying to say. Someone do it for me.
919-684-1015. You can also text Duke Kids to 34984 or go online to WRAL-FM.com. One of my favorite quotes from your daughter.
Raleigh and Ryan.
One of my favorite quotes from your daughter, though, Tripp, is when she, when it comes to talking about her books and doing book shows, she said the line, "I'm not feeling like I want to be rich from this. I just want to help other kids." So that's the passion that she has for this. It's all rooted in, I just want to put a smile on other kids' faces. And as a proud parent, I see the smile on your face right now, Tripp. I mean, how much joy does your girl bring to you just on a daily basis, knowing that this is the type of person that you have in your life?
Yeah, the kind of one-liners, Kyle, that we get every morning, just like crack me up, and it's really nice to be able to say that. We can focus on healthy, normal kind of things, right? I mean, these are things that we get to kind of enjoy because we're not worrying about, if she's able to eat properly or
Right.
those kinds of things. Yeah.
Right.
So she did say she didn't want to be famous. She was kind of worried that if her book went out, and I think it's on Amazon, so other hospitals can pick it up too. And,
Oh, fantastic!
and things like that. But she said, I don't really want to be famous, and so she actually signed rights over to the profits to go back to the foundation that helps support her for Smile Together, because she said, I don't want to make any money from it. I want it to help support other kids to do things like this too. So it's been really neat to see her give back and want to help support other folks as well.
That's amazing.
I know, you gotta love
So
kids. They
selfless.
simply just want to make other kids feel better about their time at the hospital, make them smile, or give back in any way. What a very cool thing.
Yeah, we're all feeling
that she does.
self-conscious. That's very nice.
Text Duke Kids right now to 34984 and do something selfless like she did.
No kidding. Talk about an inspirational pivot point to your day. You hear that story? If that inspires your mindset and how you can change,
I hope so.
I mean, come on now. How can you not hear that and be inspired by, again, just having a 4 and a 2-year-old at home, it's amazing sometimes the things that come out of their mouths, and you think, gosh, if only adults could think with that amount of selflessness and clarity, that would be incredible. These aren't my children I'm talking about. Other 2 and 4-year-olds.
I was
No, I'm
about to
kidding.
say.
No, my kids, honestly, they'll say stuff and I think, that is so selfless. Wow, I need to be more like you today, Edie. And this is one of those moments where you can take Violet's story and you can inject that into your own life, because kids, they cut out all the drama and they can simplify what's important in life. And Violet, man, she does that. That's for sure. So text
For her.
Duke Kids to 34984. That's Duke Kids to 34984. You can also call 919-684-1015. That's 919-684-1015. Here we are halfway through the hour, and we are halfway to our goal of raising 50 backpacks for bravery. These backpacks are amazing. Make the whole process of a kid that needs to rely on wires and special equipments. These backpacks are smaller, easier to carry. They're fun to look at. They are imperative to the happiness for these children that need them, okay? So we have 25, need 25 more. Remember to text Duke Kids to 34984 or call 919-684-1015.
One more thing I was hoping you could talk about is the fact that, her condition's kind of complicated. There's a lot of different facets to it. And somehow Duke figured out a way to make this kind of convenient. Talk about the one day, everything happening in one day aspect of Duke's treatment for Violet.
Yeah, I would say they really kind of take that from the surgery aspect all the way through to the other appointments as well. So they try to combine, if they have to do multiple surgeries, they try to combine them so they don't have separate ones. That kids with cleft lip and palate traditionally have had so many surgeries over their lifetime, and it gets scarier sometimes if you have to go back on a regular basis. So they combine surgeries, but for the cleft team days, they basically stack the appointment with all the specialists in one day. So you meet with audiology, then you meet with speech, then you meet with the plastic surgeon, and then you meet with the ENT, you meet with the special orthodontist. And so those all kind of back to back so that they can then meet as a team afterwards and think about the whole story.
That's so cool.
Instead of having to read through notes and kind of call people to ask to clarify things or those kind of things. So it's been a real, and then she builds relationships with those providers each time she goes instead of different providers, right?
Right.
So these are the folks that she recognizes, she knows, they kid with her, they make fun of her as a famous author when she doesn't want to be. So these are the kinds of things that she really loves when she gets to go.
Hey, Tripp, I'm curious, with you and Violet, and I just lost my train of thought because I was thinking about all of them treating her like a famous artist and her being all bashful. My last name is Lord, and when I would walk into PE class as a kindergartner, my PE teacher would bow down and start worshiping me. Made me think of that and how silly and fun that is. Anyway, I can't even remember what I was going to ask you.
Just say thank you then.
So thank you, Tripp. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Oh, I remember exactly what it is now. Emotionally, very quickly, stacking all of those appointments and doing all of it together, that makes sense from a logistics standpoint and a practical standpoint. But emotionally, for you and Violet, what does that do for you?
I mean, it's a lot of time, and so sometimes, depending on what's happening in the appointment, it can be kind of tiring. But what it does for us also is it helps us look forward to something.
Okay.
If we know the providers, right? If we know what to expect, it's not scary, it's not unfamiliar.
Okay.
It's not like we don't know what's coming. But if it's a pre-surgery appointment where we are looking ahead to things or having lots of conversations, sometimes they also will have students or interns or fellows there, and so it's also nice to introduce new people with people that you already know. And,
Love it.
And so it's a comforting kind of thing to know that you have your people, and you can kind of make sure that you're taken care of.
Okay, thank you, Tripp.
Yes, and thank you for your time, Tripp. Thank
Yeah.
you for advocating for your daughter today and telling your story.
Thank you, Ake family. Have a great holiday season, and thank you for showing up to the Radiothon again. We do appreciate it so much. So
Yeah,
thank
and
you so much
I
for
hope
that.
Violet gets feeling better, okay? Pass on our well wishes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. All
Right
right,
on.
Thank
see
you, Tripp.
All right, I'm going to try this again. 919-684-1015. Boom!
Yeah, let's get it.
So much.
Do it one more time. Come on, cement it.
919-684-1015. Get those
Yeah.
phone bank phones ringing or text. If you don't feel like talking to anybody, text Duke Kids to 34984. We are looking for 50 backpacks for bravery. They're $40 a pop. We need 25 of them, and we have 25 of them. We're halfway there. Let's finish strong. It is the 31st annual Mix 101.5 Radiothon for Duke Children's.
The holidays are full of surprises, and Auto Bell